Hi.
Hi.
Let's introduce yourself.
My name is Tiffany Henkel. I'm the Executive Director of Rauschenbusch Metro Ministries, which is the parent organization of the Hell's Kitchen Farm Project.
Hell's Kitchen Farm. That does not sound like something that would even ever happen. How does that work?
Well, it is very interesting. We're in our 6th season. We're a rooftop farm right next to the Port Authority bus terminal. And we grew out of discussions around food security in our neighborhood that is rapidly gentrifying. And we realized that a lot of folks who could afford to stay in the neighborhood might not be able to afford the food in that gentrifying neighborhood. So we already ran a food pantry, a weekly food pantry for over 700 individuals a month. But we also realized that a lot of the grant money that we got didn't allow us to buy much fresh vegetables. So we thought, well, we have a rooftop that we're not using. How about start growing vegetables up there that we could give away? So we started doing that 6 years ago. We're still doing it. All the food that we grow up on 4,000 square foot of roof space is given free of charge to residents in Hell's Kitchen.
That sounds amazing. I've lived here for about 7 years, and I completely understand how rent eats into your food costs. So something like this just sounds magnificent. Do you have information on your website as like maybe the process to how you started the roof garden, improvements you made, or things like that? You want to tell us about the journey?
Absolutely. Really, honestly, it started in a simple conversation with other nonprofit organizations in our neighborhood and faith-based organizations and non-faith-based organizations that were just concerned about that same thing. And we were just sitting around talking about what could we do, and this idea, which was sort of kind of percolating, I think, in all of us in different ways, came to the surface, and we decided to write a grant that United Way gave us $30,000 to start. So we're actually a collaboration of several organizations, not just one in our community, which is really great. We're completely volunteer run. We have no paid staff that manage the farm. So every Thursday and Saturday, we just invite folks in the community to come up. They have to want it because they have to hike up 5 flights of stairs to get to us. But when they get there, it's an oasis in the middle of Midtown Manhattan, and we're doing good things with that rooftop space. So that's how we began.
That sounds amazing. So Saturday, what would the hours be?
Okay. Every Thursday and Saturday, 10 to 1, anybody's invited to come. We also host groups. So if you're like you have a student group or corporate group, or just you're having a birthday party and you want to do something interesting, come do it on our roof, and we'll give you a presentation, show you what we're doing, get your hands dirty. We farm mostly in blue kiddie pools, which is also kind of unique. We do that because our roof is an old roof and we have weight restrictions, and kiddie pools are light, they're really cheap, and they're durable. And so that's what we grow in mostly. We also grow in some other planters, but our primary growing space is round 8, I think it's 6-foot kiddie pools. So.
Are you hoping to one day expand or maybe upgrade the roof facilities to maybe hydroponics, where you can have a higher yield with lower weight density?
Yeah, we've talked about it. Right now, we think the soil is a really key component to what we're doing, but we definitely thought about hydroponics because it would allow us to think about weight in different ways, but it would also require some other things, resources that we don't have right now. Yeah, so we're thinking about, now the farm right now is one farm, but the reason we're called the Hell's Kitchen Farm Project is because we hope that we will be in more than one location as we grow and as the community engages even more. But we've been really focused on this one project for the last 6 years, and we'll see where it grows. Our next initiative is really to get more youth involved in the program. We already have youth programming, but we want to be able to give stipends to engage youth for the entire season through an internship program. So that's what we're trying to do right now. We're trying to raise $5,000 here at this festival in order to be able to sustain that type of educational program.
Great. So what made you join this organization? What keeps you here?
So I was already part of a nonprofit organization, Rauschenbusch Metro Ministries, that was addressing food issues through food pantry and snack bag distribution and advocacy around food benefits. So I was already doing that in sort of a direct service emergency food need kind of way. But then we thought we need to really address food issues in a sustainable way. Not just talk about I need food today, but how can we talk about nutrition? How can we talk about good food exercises and food production, and really encouraging that both in cities and in rural in areas. And so it just was a natural progression of the conversation and the work that we were already doing. We just needed to get people behind such a project, and we did that 6 years ago. So
That sounds wonderful. Thank you very much.
thank you.